Think back to your school principal or the dean of your university. If not, think back to your boss and think about why he or she is as good as she is when it comes to leadership. Well, that is probably because they have had years of practice and experience and earned that spot. But apart from all that, it's very important to be the leader people actually want to look up to and follow, and not just a leader who everyone follows because they have to. Well, that is what Bobby Axelrod did, and see where that took him. Hello and welcome to our channel, First Class Mind. In this video, I will talk you through the art of successful leadership and how you can be a great leader and make people follow you. So without further ado, let's get started. All leaders are not popular, and it takes time to be effective and efficient. In fact, a leader must first of all have those qualities that those working under them would want to emulate. I mean, come on, how could a person become the CEO of X Capital without having followed a set of rules that set him apart from the rest of the crowd, right? But how do we get to a point where our leadership skills shine and results actually start to show? If that is a badgering question on your mind, watch ahead. 1. Lead with humility. No one likes to follow a proud leader who only boasts and provides no results. Be humble no matter what the situation is. That is how Bobby Axelrod made it so big. Though he's a billionaire and a narcissist, he always helps those around him. In fact, he knows that if he does not take care of those around him, he and his company are pretty much doomed. Over the years, his company has gotten into a number of questionable situations, and every time they were in a fix, he and his team got themselves out of it, with of course the aid and assistance of Axelrod. He never considered himself to be bigger and higher than the problem, but instead put his entire focus on fixing it. In the process, this has drawn him to have multiple fans in Wall Street to look up to him and eventually work for him. This humbleness that he developed over time due to his past has drawn people to him, as well as has helped many know that he's someone that they can count on to learn from. Well, this is probably because he's a self-made billionaire and had to grovel from the bottom to the top on his own. He truly did come from humble beginnings. 2. Lead with vision. Bobby Axelrod has a helicopter, a private jet, mansions, and even a personal chef. All of this started off as a vision and ended with him becoming the CEO of X Capital. The importance of having a vision, especially when you're a leader, is very important. Everything depends on that vision, starting with a plan to the implementation. It's also important to ensure that the vision should be worth following. Axelrod not only had a vision but was focused on it. Focus is highly significant when leading, and getting sidetracked is not something that you should indulge in. Having a vision possesses to be extremely useful when you feel you're lacking direction and need a purpose to hang on to. 3. Lead with responsibility. Axelrod is a man who cares about his employees as much as he cares about his company. The best examples to shine a light on this is when he paid the college tuition fee of the kids of his bosses as well as friends using the earnings that he made. Now that is a responsible leader. Holding yourself accountable when in a leadership role is very important. If things go great, you must rejoice and celebrate with the team. But if things go sideways, take accountability and find a solution together. The decisions a leader makes not only affects himself but the company and the employees who work under him too. 4. Lead with consistency. No one can attain success without being consistent. Bobby is so obsessed with being on top of the game that only consistency could have helped him get there. Being consistent sets a tone of discipline for not only the leader, but also those who work under him. The employees emulate what they see. If the leader is reliable, the employees automatically know that they have to reciprocate the same back. If the leader is not reliable, things could go south at any point in time. Prevention is better than cure, so stay consistent. 5. Lead with affirmation. Affirmation is linked to the true value one wants to get out of the company, and Bobby always wanted to be the best in Wall Street. Bobby's biggest affirmation is winning. He saw no other way through other than by winning. Losing is not an option for him. Most importantly, another affirmation that he had was to treat the people who worked with him the same way that he wanted to be treated. He acted and treated others the same way he wanted to be treated, and that is exactly what helped him attain success with his company. 6. Lead with care. Success is preceded by a lot of failures and ups and downs, but despite it all, it's very important to have a connection with those who work under you. In fact, his care for Michael Wagner and Bill Stern was gained merely by caring about them and giving them attention and support when they needed him the most. This also gained him their undying loyalty, which can be seen across various episodes in the show. To care, you must listen. Without listening, you will never know what your employees are thinking and what they want. Make them feel like they matter and provide them with what they want. If you can't provide them with what they want, good feedback or advice would suffice too. 7. Lead by giving respect. Respect is a two-way street. If you want respect, you have to give it as well. Loyalty and respect go hand in hand, and if you want your company to succeed, you need to have loyal employees. Without loyalty, your company will be flooded with whistleblowers and fraudsters who will use any opportunity to take the company down. One disrespectful leader against plenty of unhappy employees in this stance doesn't look good. Show your employees you respect their time and work and show a little appreciation now and then. This automatically will help you in building important relationships that are very important in times of dire need. Do not confuse respect for sternness, as a leader is often put in situations where he would have to make rational decisions and not always take decisions that make his employees happy. 8. Lead by communicating. Knowing how to communicate in the right way is very important, especially if you're a leader. Engaging in motivational conversations, giving pep talks, and closing big deals all require good communication skills. As the saying goes, communication is key. Bobby is great when it comes to playing with words. Using the right bit of information at the right point in time has helped him rack up billions in his bank account. But it's also important to note that having good communication skills doesn't happen overnight and requires effort and practice. Indulging in conversations regularly will help improve and brush up on your communication skills. 9. Lead with trust. Trust your employees. Without trust, nothing will function in this world. It's also important to be trustworthy as a leader. Make sure you're the person people come to when things go wrong. Make sure you're the person people can trust to fix the problem or the damage that is done. Do not leave your employees in a position where they're left guessing who to approach in times of dire need. Make sure that you're the go-to person of your employees by being fair and just in your decisions. 10. Lead by following through. Many leaders reach a point where they have almost made it, but give up due to a hurdle. As we mentioned earlier, the path to success is not easy, and any hurdle or obstacle should not be the reason you don't follow through with the vision or the plan. In fact, there arise scenarios where a lot of things are to be done in very little time. It's important to maintain your cool and consistently follow through with a plan. Do what you say you will do and do not go back on your plan or words. This is a golden rule to live by that'll surely make you a good leader. It's also important to note that you must not overpromise. Make promises, but only those that are possible. Also, do not set unreasonable expectations for your employees, as at the end of the day, they're humans too and they too can only perform to a certain maximum level. People, including your employees, are counting on you and your leadership. Do not disappoint them. When you hit the hay at the end of the day, you must be the kind of leader you wish to be. If you have the following traits that we mentioned earlier, kudos to you. But if not, you know what to do.